Godzilla vs. Kong is one of the popular movies around the globe. It's like East vs. West, a fight between a giant reptile and a giant primate, the Big G versus the eighth wonder of the world. In the Godzilla vs. Kong movies, both have destroyed whole cities and broke many global box office records as well. Godzilla and Kong are popular characters and fans mostly know about them. In this video, we'll show you the top 10 things that you didn't know about Godzilla vs. Kong. Make sure you stick around for number 1 to see the most amazing thing on our list. Also, tell us which one you find the coolest. Number 10. Godzilla was not the villain in the 1998 version. Did you know that Godzilla was not the villain in the early 1998 version? Back then, Godzilla's intelligence was one of the things that made it entertaining for the audience. In that version, Godzilla was able to predict the exact plans of the military and never fell into their traps. I'm sure you wouldn't believe this interesting fact, but Godzilla wasn't the villain in the movie. But new versions depict Godzilla as a supervillain who's attacking and giving Kong a real tough time. Godzilla is also capable of destroying cities and ruining military facilities into dust in the blink of a second. It's quite a switch from the previous movies when audiences saw him protecting the world from Ghidorah, and now it's a complete shift in his character and intentions. Number 9. King Kong and Godzilla depicted in color. Over the years, Kong has been a powerful beast and a rebellious character. He has climbed skyscrapers and wooing blondes ever since the Great Depression, which gives him seniority over Godzilla. On the other hand, Godzilla is a slick and powerful monster. But the debut film of Godzilla launched in 1955. That film was Godzilla Raids Again, produced by Toho Classic. This film was black and white, but later on, King Kong vs. Godzilla launched. This was the first colorful King Kong and Godzilla movie ever. Fans finally got to see both giants in glorious color when it arrived in theaters. Number 8. King Kong vs. Frankenstein. King Kong and Godzilla are powerful and renowned characters. Billions of fans love to watch King Kong and Godzilla movies around the globe. But did you know King Kong was originally supposed to do battle with Frankenstein's monster? I hope you weren't familiar with this interesting fact. In 1933, the first King Kong movie was released by RKO. In this first movie, the great Willis O'Brien used stop-motion effects to get the attention of viewers. After this movie, O'Brien wrote a treatment for a new sequel he called King Kong vs. Frankenstein, the alternate title being King Kong vs. the Ginkgo. In O'Brien's original story, the great ape fights a monster named Frankenstein. The Frankenstein had been stitched together from various animal parts by a member of the Frankenstein family. Later, producer John Beck agreed to see if anyone was interested in buying the script of King Kong vs. Frankenstein. Ultimately, John Beck sold it to Japan's Toho Studios, and Toho decided to replace Frankenstein with their own original character, Godzilla. That's how the mighty Godzilla character came into the limelight. Number 7. Suit actors. Did you know that fight scenes in King Kong vs. Godzilla was choreographed by Haruo Nakajima? He was a veteran actor and brilliant choreographer. Haruo had been suiting up to play Godzilla since 1954. Haruo Nakajima was inside the Godzilla suit for 12 consecutive films. Nakajima ended up losing 20 pounds during the production of the original film. Even for the climax of King Kong vs. Godzilla, thought something out of the box and brought something new to the table. He added pro wrestling moves in the fighting scenes in King Kong vs. Godzilla. Shuichi Hirose, the co-star playing King Kong's character, and Nakajima portraying Godzilla. By doing that, Nakajima choreographed a wild monster battle heavily influenced by wrestling. Nakajima also modified the movements of Godzilla as it was quite difficult in the beginning. Other staff members were unaware of staging this fight. Number 6. Borrowed Octopus. Hal T. Hickel is a well-known visual effects animator for Industrial Light and Magic. Hickel has done amazing work in many big projects like Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest of 2006 and etc. During the production of Pirates of the Caribbean, animation director Hickel asked his team to watch King Kong vs. Godzilla, The reason behind that interesting move was to make the film's gigantic kraken look nearly realistic. Pickle thought King Kong vs. Godzilla had the finest footage to study and animate the crawling octopus on dry land. Remember the giant cephalopod that attacks Kong's island during the movie? In most of the shots, it was portrayed by a real flesh and blood octopus. Number 5. The music of Black Lagoon. King Kong and Godzilla go head-to-head in an epic battle in King Kong vs. Godzilla, the 1962 movie. The plot of the fight starts when the giant gorilla escapes from captivity in Japan and squares up to the recently thawed lizard. This movie was released in theaters in Japan on August 11, 1962. But US audiences wouldn't get to watch the movie until it was dubbed into the English language. Later, Beck produced an English language version. This English version was released on June 3, 1963. This revised cut scrapped almost all of the original score composer Akira Ifukube wrote for the film. Beck's team edited and replaced the most original parts and added the tracks of the American movie Creature from the Black Lagoon in it. Number 4. Mechagodzilla Costume. With the passage of time, like other technologies, filmmaking technology has also updated and changed. Modern-day movies rely on CGI, computer animation, and editing. But back in the 90s, movies were not based on CGI. Similarly, during the production of original Godzilla film versions had no CGI used in them. The original Godzilla versions were all about iconic rubber costumes. But the negative thing about these rubber costumes was their composition materials. Most of the materials used to make a costume were very prone to rotting. The original Godzilla suits have all decomposed and disintegrated. However, one of the oldest original suits that are still holding up pretty well today is the Mechagodzilla costume from 1974's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. This suit was made of fiberglass and it's still in pretty good shape. It was also put on display for the public at various exhibitions. Number 3. A rematch. King Kong vs. Godzilla was a blockbuster movie in the 1990s. It smashed the box office and inspired Toho to make 2 more giant monster crossovers, Mothra vs. Godzilla and Ghidorah and the Three-Headed Monster in 1964. A whopping 32 Japanese Godzilla films have been released altogether. For celebrating the studio's 60th anniversary in 1992, Toho considered remaking King Kong vs. Godzilla, but the rights to Kong were prohibited. Number 2. King Kong design. Did you know in the start, Kong's character was redesigned many times? In the beginning, Kong's character designing, Tsuburaya's team built a model. That model was a fat ape with coarse hair and long legs and arms. This model was described in Steve Rifle's 1998 book. It was the first of many Kong designs the effects director rejected before settling on the right look. Number 1. Reason for fighting. The most interesting question that arises mostly in the heads of King Kong vs. Godzilla fans is why Godzilla and Kong are fighting. But now the reason for their fighting has become clear. Thanks to the trailer, as we can see, the 2 monsters are in the middle of an ancient war that has been going on for centuries. It's also revealed that Godzilla and Kong were ancestral enemies even before the existence of mankind. Both were last standing titans of their species and they were battling for dominance. Did you know any other thing that should be in this list? Are you Team Kong or Team Godzilla? Who do you think has the huge advantage? Let us know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe for more incredible videos.